In part 1 of this episode of ROI of Culture, we took a trip down memory lane with Julian as he walked us through the facets of DHL Express's culture transformation over a 10-year period. With 100,000 employees in more than 220 countries and territories worldwide, DHL Express came up with the idea for its award-winning Certified International Specialist (CIS) program back in 2010, whilst undergoing organizational change. In part 2, we continue to learn about how DHL Express engages its employees with simplicity and relevance. So what have you noticed has been the transformation of the culture at DHL since you've been there and since this program took place?
So DHL in the past, before CIS, was a very much results-driven culture. So everybody is very task-driven. Everybody just wants to get things done. There's very little relationship building in what we do every day. So one of the biggest cultural change was the element of respect being brought into Certified International Specialist program. So we still got the job done, we still got the task done, but there's a lot of coaching involved. There was a lot of feedback culture being created, and there was a lot of relationship building as the foundation of making this program a success, Jeffrey.
We see clearly that DHL Express imbues relationship building as part of its culture, its relationships with its customers, as well as its relationships with its employees. DHL Express believes that if their employees are invested, they will be loyal and treat their customers well. What would you say are the key outcomes or learnings from the CIS?
So one of the main ones were to focus on few yet simple, relevant messages to inspire employees to take positive actions. As you know, DHL is made up of about 100,000 employees globally, Express, and 70% of our front lines are really blue collars. So if we were not able to explain this module to a courier or a operations assistant or a warehouse executive, we had failed in our role. Second was to encompass both heart and brain with a friendly and engagement techniques that would enhance buy-in, recall, and retention of the module. So not just the brain part, engaging the heart was also very crucial. In the program, we also included an immense experiential learning communication approach to encourage employees to make personal changes and inspire actions to improve our service to the customers. So a couple of areas that we focused on was, what was our brand heritage? How was DHL born? What made us famous back when we started in 1969? How well did we do 50 years ago when we're delivering the best service to our customers? What do we need to know? How do we need to act to be an international specialist? And what more? What more can we do to show our customers that we are really insanely customer-centric? We were taking the team through to displaying our 4 key attributes, which are very key to be an international specialist, and that are speed, passion, can do, and right first time.
How has DHL continued or maintained the momentum of these programs?
I think what was really crucial to make sure that we maintain the momentum was to ensure that this program continues to be delivered by the Express people for the Express people, to make sure that continued engagement, authentic delivery. As what I've shared earlier, each module is delivered with theoretical content, but what made it more powerful and magical was the people who delivered it could share life stories that the audience or the recipient of the modules could relate. So we continue to build local facilitators and champions. And to make this reality, we continue to enhance the skill of the 2,000 global champions or facilitators. So we continue to train them, accredit them into the new modules. The last but not least was to make sure that we mandate every leader, every country manager, every board member, every regional CEO to get involved, and leaders were constantly appearing in our videos in the module. So for example, in my case, I deliver about 6 to 7 sessions a year as a country manager, and with me delivering these modules are my senior board members of the country, and you see this being replicated across the network. Right? Secondly, what was important was to, as we move along, new technologies came in. So it was important for us to maintain creativity of the modules. There is a vital part of the execution of this program because with new technology, we try to put in a little bit more creativity. So what we created was 4 superhero characters in this module. So the 4 superhero characters was the role model of CIS because we wanted everybody, the audience, to feel that they could be superheroes themselves. And last but not least was to make sure that we made this modular across 200 countries, inclusive of the local contents. So we needed local facts, local industry knowledge, history of DHL in these countries, and what can we do to make things better for our customers. So those were the three things that to make sure that we continue this momentum.
Julian has so poignantly highlighted an emphasis on engaging the employees in both their hearts and minds that will truly empower employees to be part of the DHL Express Growth Story, and there is a strong commitment to evolve and continue. The program has been on for a while, seems very successful from what you've shared with us. What are your long-term strategies for this culture transformation?
Well, this will continue to be part of our strategy. We have just renewed our global strategy into Focus 2025, and Certified International Specialist Program overlays all the focus strategy that we have. It was so successful in DHL Express that this particular program has been replicated in the 3 other business units of the DPDHL group, in DHL e-commerce, DHL supply chain, and DHL global forwarding. The long-term strategy is to build a solid foundation for the future. It starts with the motivated people, and this will continue to be our key focus. People will be our number one priority, which will motivate our global team to turn up every day having their best day and delivering value to our customers. So that's going to be the fundamental long-term success of this company. We're not able to rest on our laurels, because with good being the enemy of great, we have to ensure continuous execution, and we're not able to stand still, to continue to challenge the team, to add latest technology and approaches to help keep the CIS program fresh and relevant. We continue to bring on board new specialists and partners to the core team, as I have mentioned earlier, the dream team, to make sure that we keep evolving with the needs of the audience. And last but not least, it's very important for DHL Express to continue to be customer focused as much as we can, because the CIS module was built on putting our people in the center of everything and our customers in the center of everything.
In addition to the CIS and CIM programs, Julian shares further about how the programs support emerging leaders and first-time managers who are usually team leads and supervisors who have recently transitioned from being individual contributors to assuming leadership roles. On that subject, tell us how you're developing the next generation of leaders at DHL.
3 bottom lines we hold very close to our heart, and one of them was the people part, which I've just shared quite a bit. And we aim and we want to be the great place to work for our broader employees. So we were 4th ranking globally last year in terms of great place to work, and we aspire to be number 1 this year. It's very important to us is to ensure that we take care of the development needs of all 100,000. So the Certified International Specialist Program will continue to cater for the needs of all our 100,000 employees worldwide to be the most international company. We believe that under this program, DHL can take you anywhere, because we are operating in most of the countries in the world. So CIS will remain our core program to reshape the culture of the company, empower employees to be a core part of our growth story. What I've shared a little bit earlier, the Certified International Manager module, and what we have recently created was the Supervisory Excellence Program. As I've alluded to a little bit earlier, Jeffrey, 100,000 employees worldwide, 70% of them report to a supervisor or team lead. Hence, if we do not make the supervisors and team leads successful or equip them with the right skills, we will be failing ourselves. So we created an academy known as the Supervisory Academy, which is focusing just on team leads and supervisors. An example I'll give you, right? So some of these team leads and supervisors, they were couriers once, and suddenly they wake up tomorrow, they were appointed to be a supervisor or team lead to manage 15, 20 people. They would not have the right set of skills to run a meeting, conduct a briefing, facilitate a training, coach their team members, manage the relationship, or build a rapport. So this Supervisory Academy module, it's an 18-month module which we take all supervisors and team leaders through. So for example, in Malaysia, we have 56 supervisors that manages 750 of our couriers, and 36 of them have graduated last year, and the balance will be going through this year. And then one of the other plans that we have of taking our people through development is a yearly employee development review. So we do this very diligently across 200 countries to focus on our high potential talents and business critical roles. And last but not least, what I would like to share with you is a new program, which is DHL for Her. DHL for Her is a global network connecting women across business, and where we put a little bit more resource and emphasis to support their development, help and enable them to reach their fullest potential and appeal to the talent for tomorrow. So we aim to have 30% of women in our leadership and board.
A diverse workforce creates greater harmony and naturally leads to better decision making as employees bring different experiences and perspectives to the table. Therefore, it's important to have diversity at all levels of management. With the DHL for Her initiative, DHL Express is working towards 30% or more of their executive positions being filled by women.
The DHL for Her program is a global network program across all 220 countries where it's aimed to connect women across the business that will support them on their development program. For example, the Asia Pacific excluding China board is made up of more than 30% of women in the board member role. And this is a clear exemplary role where we try to show to all the countries in terms of gender diversity. So at the country level, there are many development programs and framework being put together under DHL for Her to help enable our women community, our women workforce to reach their full potential, to appeal to the talent of tomorrow while nurturing the talents of today.
Thank you so much, Julian. That was really insightful, and I really appreciate you sharing your thoughts and the whole, culture transformation program that DHL has undergone. It's obvious that Julian's sharing shows how passionate he is about obtaining the best out of people and the business. It is truly a fine example of what an engaging leader is all about, as well as an example of what a high-performance mindset in action is like.